Hello and welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me here in this portal called Opening the Portal. I am so very excited to continue offering this space, offering this resource. I love the feedback that I've been receiving over the last few years of this free offering. And I would love to simply jump on here, offer a little conversation around maybe how to navigate the offering, the PDF, how it can be of more support, and yeah, offer little insights. So let's dive in. And I will share my screen, so you can have a little look here at what I'm talking about. There we go. And so once you land into the resources, freebies, you will actually see, you've probably already seen, that there are a lot of resources here for you. I'm really excited to offer it in this format versus before it used to be in a Google Drive, because this way you'll have access to the community, you'll have access to all of the other resources, and it's really organized. So I love Mighty Networks for that reason. So you can dive into some embodiment and integration if that feels called to you, as well as some yoga and meditations. We have Opening the Portal. And if you also, a really good support along with Opening the Portal is the Art of Intention Setting, which is a calendar and intention setting guide. So you can print that off as well alongside the Opening the Portal. I actually highly suggest that you place the PDF, maybe print it off and put it in a binder. One of the tips that I offer folks is to actually have a daily practices binder, get organized so you can be focused with your integration, with your healing, with the work that you're doing here on the path. And so I actually have an embodiment journal or binder that I will bring out every day. I'll journal in. It has my intentions. Yeah, it actually has all of these resources in it. So I myself also use these resources as a guide for the work that I'm doing. And this has been pretty much 20 years in the making of all of the work with clients, all of the supports that are really, really helpful. So you'll see here, you've already clicked on Opening the Portal introduction video. Then you have the actual report itself. And so I'm going to go into the report here. I haven't uploaded it yet into the portal, so I'm going to flow through it in my Canva here. So the Opening the Portal 2022, alignment, embodiment, and spiritual growth. You are the conduit, your sacred body a temple, where intuition from the divine flows freely. You are the conduit, your sacred body a temple, where intuition from divine flows freely. And that's ultimately the whole inspiration and intention behind Opening the Portal. So if you felt the call energetically to come into this space to receive from this container to receive from this sacred creation that I've created for you. It is really for you to connect to your sacred temple, to connect to the conduit that you are and the incredible divine wisdom that flows through you innately. So let opening the portal be your inspiration for your inward journey. Discover and embody your truth. Use this as a guide to meditation, journaling, and all of your practices. So having this workbook handy is incredibly helpful. I know sometimes folks will say, oh, I'm feeling stuck. I'm, you're in a point where you're in your healing journey and you're having that moment where you're like, I just feel lost. I don't know what to do next. This is actually a great guide to pull out and flow to either the entire overview. And the overview here that I've included in opening the portal is actually energies that will really, really flow strongly for this year. So you may or may not be feeling this in a strong way, and reading this and engaging with this really might spark those aha moments, really might create that flow for that unstuckness. So you can go back and read the highlights for the energies in the collective, where I speak about totality and being fully present. Creativity is the quality that we bring to the activity we are participating in. It's also a year of sharing. We also take a look at fighting the internal conflict and our relationship of the internal conflict and the outward conflict. We also have a deep dive into the rebel and what that really means for us this year. And also our feelings as an outsider might come up a little bit. So you can dive in and read that a little bit more in depth as you wish. And I offered some perspective shifts that we are invited into. So there's the year in review, then there's the perspective shifts, which is our perspective around letting it go, our conditioning and integration, aloneness, togetherness, and ordinariness. I also highlighted our resources for 2022, which is our internal resources, right? The creator, we're all creators. The courage to bloom and vulnerability, the moment to moment, that flexibility. And where do we hoard our energy? The experiencing and expectations. So we will dive deeply into those frequencies that you can read into there as well. And then we flow into each month. So say it's January, February, March, whatever month it is, you can pull out this PDF and have a look at that particular month. Use it as your guide for inner exploration. Use it as your guide to see what's coming through for you alongside these collective energies. So for example, in January, it is all about that consciousness energy, taking off our masks, and everything is now in its place. And so as you read what is written here about those themes, I encourage you to feel it in the body, sense it in the body, and really acknowledge your wisdom as to what wants to come through. So you can use this as a journaling prompt, a meditation guide. So after you read it, you can go into meditation for however long you choose and really absorb it, really filter it through your truth center and draw out your relationship with the themes that are being spoken to of here. And you can also use it for your practice. You know, if you're flowing through, say, a movement practice or a prayer practice, how can you incorporate that into your movement, right? So, for example, in a movement practice, if you take the theme of consciousness, right? Setting the intention to flow through a movement practice to engage with consciousness and how that moves through the body, how that feels within the body, and allowing yourself to drop anything else that does not necessarily align with what you are calling in that theme. And yeah, so each month is broken down here, and you'll see as you flow through, they all have their own section. And I also included the reminder on each page, let opening the portal be your inspiration for your inward journey. Discover and embody your truth. Use this guide to meditation, journaling, and all of your practices. So again, these themes and these energies are that which the collective may be feeling and flowing through for 2022. Whatever resonates, flow with that, work with that. Anything that doesn't resonate, leave it. Don't worry about it. Leave it behind, drop it. It's not meant, not every single person will resonate with every single theme. I typically offered 2 to 3 themes for each month. I have a suspicion that you'll relate to at least 1 or 2 of them. And whatever does not resonate, just leave it behind. And yeah, so I'm really excited for you to dive into your insight, dive into your wisdom. And if you are also looking for additional support, for guidance to support your intuition and your wisdom and really drawing out all of those nutrients and inner resources that you have, I do offer a couple of containers, a couple of services, which include soul alignment readings. So working with oracles and cards and intuition. And then there's also healing work. So working with Reiki and healing practices, as well as there's a few containers that go incredibly deep and are more than just a 1-hour session, like Sacred Insight and Embodiment, which those containers go for more extended periods of time, for 3 to 6 months, for folks who are really, really diving deep into embodiment. And Sacred Insight is all about diving into your vessel and channel and intuition. So it's all about connecting to that intuition and that channel. I also offer one-on-one yoga as well. And so if that feels called to you, we can certainly work together as well with yoga. And if you are interested, feeling that connection and are interested in perhaps working with me, but you're not really sure what you need, what you're looking for, how any of my containers can better serve you, I would love to hop on a one-on-one connection call with you. And yeah, so I can hop on a connection call with you so that we can connect and we can have a conversation around if these services and containers are for you. If they're not, I have a wealth of other practitioners and folks and persons in my network and community that I am certainly happy to guide you towards. I always say that's one of my superpowers is I continuously connect and network with really incredible professionals who I absolutely adore and trust their work. So that is something that we can meet and share more conversation around as well. So the connection call link is actually on the final page of the PDF. And also if you scroll down to the bottom of the resources in the Mighty Networks, you will actually see a place where we can connect as well. My email is sprinkled all throughout the Mighty Networks platform as well, so that we can certainly connect. And let me know if you have any questions. I am so open for feedback. If there's anything else you need, or if you'd like to see within this portal, yeah, I'm super open and happy to hear what it is that you're needing. And so send me an email. And I look forward to sharing a conversation with you. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy. Oh yes, before I sign off, also the community space. So if you're new to the community space, the temple community is there for you. Actually, let me go back into the screen sharing so that I can show you here. So here we are. So as you can see, we're back into the Mighty Networks. And if you see right here in the top left corner, it says back to network. You can always click on that and home. And as you can see, the temple community is here, and there are other members here, and you can certainly write a comment, write a post, almost like a Facebook group. So think of it like a Facebook group, but private and off social media, which I really, really love. Yeah, because there's many folks that are not jiving with social media at this moment in time. So feel free to pop your question in here, pop any feedback, aha moments. I would love to be inspired by your inspiration, by something that flowed through you while engaging with one of the resources. And you can also, yeah, check out, if you click on portals, you can actually check out all the portals that are available as well. And the freebies resources is complimentary, as you know, and then I have other containers here that coincide with my offerings as support. So thank you so much. And I hope you enjoy. I hope this is as supportive for you as it is for me on my path and on my journey. Thank you.